Finally, the G7 is it's around. But is it enough to be happy about? Maybe just satisfied? I don't know. Let's talk. What is the deal, beautiful people? My name is Ramon. This is Lifestyles Defined, where we talk tech all day, every day. Today's topic is the LG G7. It is finally here. Someone somewhere is happy. This is a very interesting phone, and I feel like I never really pay attention to LG, and it's not my fault. I feel like they don't really do a good job at stirring the pot and really giving a reason as to why I should pay attention to them, or really raising their hand with standout features that kind of put them apart from the rest of the crowd. I don't get that feeling from LG. And every year I feel like I talk about an LG phone, I fall into this feeling, this mood of meh. So looking at the design of the G7, this is nothing new. This is nothing we haven't seen before. Although I think it is a very beautiful phone. I think it's a great design. There's almost nothing to complain about here. I mean, the notch, sure, we've got that 6.1 QHD display, which I hear from those who actually got some hands-on time that it's beautiful. But there's a notch, and you guys know my stance on the notch. I don't mind the notch if you tell me there's a reason for the notch. You look at Apple, they got an Xbox Connect. I was waiting for it to turn on. They got a pretty much a Connect in the front of the camera, so they needed a notch, a way to make that work. None of these other Android manufacturers have any of that stuff anywhere close to it. They got the same thing they always had: a speaker, a front-facing camera, and one or two sensors that would have been the same way as always. So that's the notch. But again, if you use something on a daily basis, that notch is going to go away. So to me, it's not a point to harp on. It's just something that annoys me that people continue to blindly follow Apple. And they came up with this, I don't know why they call it the second screen, but it's a way for them to hide the notch in the hardware. So we're right back to the original argument where Apple took away the headphone jack and gave you a dongle. If you're going to give me a solution to the problem you just created, how about you just don't create the problem? So that is what it is. At the back, you've got the dual clusters for the camera and then the fingerprint reader. That's all fine and dandy. There is, however, a new button. One would almost said it was a Bixby button, but it's a Google Assistant button. LG calls it a Smart Assistant button, and it's mapped to only Google. Good luck if you want to get Cortana on there. So that's that. I think the design is fine. Coming down to the specs, again, nothing to really stand out, but par for the course. So you have your Snapdragon 845. You've got your 4 gigs of RAM. Interestingly enough, they didn't go up to like 6 or 8 like the OnePlus, pushing the boundaries. A 3,000 milliamp battery, which I thought was kind of small. It's got wireless charging. They've got the IP68 rating, so that's waterproof. That's good. You still got your expandable memory. That's good. They've got this new boombox sound feature or whatever it is. So based on the surface you put the sound on, it can amplify it and give a pleasant, filling sound. Okay, fine, whatever, that's cool. And returning by fan favorite is the quad DAC, because there's a 35 millimeter headphone jack on the phone. Hooray! We gotta applaud these days. And there's a quad DAC hooked up to that. So for somebody like me, who's got headphones like this running around, this is a pleasure. And when I think of LG, this is one of the two things I think that they stand out, but ultimately it's not enough to me. I always think that's the company that caters to people who care about sound. And the second is what I'm getting to now. You have the dual camera. The first is, of course, the regular focal length, and the second is, and what I've always admired about LG is a super wide angle. And I always thought that the super wide angle was always more interesting than doing just a zoom lens. So that's cool. What's different this time around is the second wide angle lens is actually stabilized, but you know, that is what it is. So all in all, the only two things about this phone that really stand out is that quad DAC, and there's the wide angle lens. Is that enough to really make this phone a priority or top of my list? For me, no. For the LG fanboys out there, I think this phone is going to be a hit. I don't think they pushed the envelope. I don't think they did anything to really make us go, wow, all right, they're at it. Because if you look back at what LG's been doing, they got about 2 or 3 failures in the last 4 years under their belt because they've been pushing the envelope. So I got the sense that they just sort of played it safe, but a good safe. Everything here is kind of okay. I don't really have any complaints. Like I said in the top of the video, my overall consensus here is I just come off feeling but I, you know, don't take my as if it's a bad thing. I think a lot of LG fans will be happy with this phone. I think they hit a lot of nails on the head here. The only problem they have, and they continue to have, and they will continue to have, is when you go into your carrier, this phone is going to be next to a Galaxy S9 or a Note 9 or an iPhone 10 or iPhone. I don't think it has what it takes to really pull the consumer in that direction. But I want to hear from you guys, because I know we got some LG fans on the channel. How do you rate the G7? Are you happy with what you see here? Is there anything you don't like about the G7? Leave it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got plenty more content coming. My name is Ramon, and I'm out of here. Peace. But wait, before we get out of here and that outro rolls, I want to introduce to you the Lifestyles Defined merch store. And you can access that on the website off to the right. There's a link that'll take you right into there. So how this came about is we get a lot of messages from you guys. You want to support, you want to know how to support. And it never really felt right to just straight up take your money, as crazy as that sounds. So what we did here was we went and got a bunch of designs and we put them on shirts, hoodies, and everything else. And now we feel better because when you support us, you get something tangible. You get a piece of the community. And I think this is the way it should be. So I'm very excited about that. And I would love for you guys to head over to the website, check it out, leave a comment below. Let us know how you dig into designs. And of course, thank you. Well, I guess. And the reason we started Lifestyles Defined is because if we weren't on camera arguing about these things, the technologies, the phones, the iPhones, the Androids, the cameras, the games, we'd be on the phone arguing about it. We'd be in each other's houses arguing about it. So why not just put it in front of a camera for everyone to enjoy it the way we do? That's what Lifestyles Defined is all about. We just